let us continue this demo disc journey with disc 15. Released in January 1997 alongside issue 15 of the official UK PlayStation magazine. There are 5 playable demos on this disc. Well, we're back to the regular background of music, but we do have 5 completely new demos to check out, so let's get started, shall we? Let's start with the cover demo, the big one. It's the original Tomb Raider, a 3D action-adventure game starring the iconic Lara Croft, an archaeologist who is hired to find an artifact called the Scion of Atlantis. Players control Lara as she explores huge levels split into multiple areas and rooms, finding various items and treasures while fending off enemies and solving puzzles. The controls may be tank-like, and quite clunky and outdated by today's standards, but they aren't the worst and it doesn't take long to get used to them. Reviews at release were overwhelmingly positive. The game was widely praised for its variety and depth of control, as well as the graphics and environments. Some critics claimed it stood out from other titles at the time, and the game often made it to many magazines' Game of the Year awards. In fact, Lara herself became so popular that she became the face of many commercials and magazine covers at the time. However, this would not be without turmoil, as the publisher Eidos would often focus on Lara's sexuality at the expense of her characterization. This caused Lara's original designer, Toby Gard, to leave core design before the sequel was even out the door, although he would return to assist in the development for the 2007 remake, Tomb Raider Anniversary. The demo gives you a section of one of the earlier levels to explore. Next up is the demo for Reloaded. The sequel to Loaded, which we saw back on Disc 6, gameplay is largely the same, and evolves up to 2 players running through large open worlds, shooting enemies and completing objectives. Reviews at release were not good. Critics generally felt that the game's more complex level designs and rendered graphics did not do enough to advance the series beyond its poorly regarded predecessor. In fact, due to the levels generally being larger, players would often spend more time wandering around looking for items and objectives, making the game a bit too slow. The demo lets you play 1 level. Moving along to the demo for Lomax. A spin-off of the Lemmings series, the player controls Lomax, a lemming knight who must save his fellow lemmings from the wicked sorcerer Evil Ed. This is a side-scrolling platform game, where Lomax can use several abilities featured in the original Lemmings game, as well as abilities unique to this game. Reviews at release were mixed, with some critics considering the story uninteresting and the 2D platform genre to be played out. However, other critics didn't mind it as much, with some even considering the game to be quite fun. The demo has 1 level for you to try. Now we have the demo for Pandemonium. Strangely enough, this demo starts off with trailers for Blazing Dragons and Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. Anyway, the game itself is a 2.5D platformer, and it involves 2 characters named Fargus and Nikki, 2 carnies seeking a new career. They decide to become wizards and find themselves at Lancelot Castle, where they steal a spellbook and accidentally summon a giant monster called Yungo, who proceeds to eat the nearby village. So now Fargus and Nikki must travel to the wishing engine so they can wish for their mistake to be fixed. Reviews at release were decent, with many critics enjoying the 2.5D aspect of the gameplay. The demo has 1 level to play through. And for the last demo, we have Porsche Challenge. This is a racing game which, as you might have guessed, was sponsored by the car manufacturer Porsche. This game is basically one big advertisement for their 1995 Boxster. Each character in the game drives one, and each driver has a different personality, often commenting on each other's driving during the race. To compensate for the low number of courses in the game, each course has 3 different layouts: classic, sometimes called short, long, and interactive. Reviews at release were pretty good. Many critics considered the game competent enough for what it was, although it probably wouldn't hold a candle to the next big driving game. Despite this, the game sold well enough to make it to Platinum. This particular demo is an early one, with many features still in development. The controls aren't finalized, and neither is the HUD nor menu. The demo gives you a 3-lap race on the Stuttgart track against a single opponent. That's disc 15 all done. Lomax and Reloaded are forgettable, but the other demos are all really good, making this another great demo disc for Volume 1. This disc was also the first disc the Polish magazine would release. On the next disc, I play a first-person shooter, kick yet another football, and engage in medieval fantasy. I'm the Advocate, and Porsche Challenge did make it into my collection.